Hello there. In this video, we will do something practical with the information provided by the Exchange Rates API. We're going to build a simple currency conversion calculator. You can consider this a Python project of sorts. Building applications is the #1 reason why people code in general, so this will be a great way to practice your understanding of APIs. You already have all the necessary knowledge for this project, so you may wish to try this on your own first. It's a good idea, though, to check out this lecture even if you manage to write it up. First, let's lay down the structure of the program. We're going to start with gathering the parameters of interest from the user. Obviously, we can't build a converter without knowing what to convert. Next, we will make a request to the API with the relevant parameters in the URL. We should then check if the response was successful or not. In case something went wrong, we'll need to state and print the error to the user. If the request is valid, we will extract the relevant data from the response and calculate the result. Finally, we will display it properly to the user. So, let's get going. The parameters we need are date, base currency, target currency, and quantity of base currency to convert. We can use the input function to prompt the user for this information. Just remember to give the user enough clues for the format of the data. We know what that format is, but some random individual may not. For instance, I'll create a variable date equal to input. In brackets, I'll specify the string. Please enter the date in this format or the word latest. In this way, the user will definitely know how to go about this application. We create base and currency in a similar manner. Finally, quantity has to be converted to float. We can now construct the URL based upon these parameters and send a request. It will include the base URL of the API / the date. Then we add the base currency. Finally, we append the symbols parameter, which stands for the output currency. Good. Time to incorporate the if-else logic. If the response is not okay, we print the status code along with the error message. We can extract it directly from the error text from the JSON. If not, we proceed with the calculation. The calculation itself is pretty simple. We store the data from the request in a variable called data. Then we access the exchange rate for the currency of interest. Finally, the result is the rate times the amount. The final touch I'd like to make is to print the result in a nice format. This is not a necessary step, but we always prefer our applications to look professional. All right. It's time to test it out to see if it works as intended. Running the code prompts us to input some data. The first one is the date. Let's try with 3rd of July 2009. Pressing enter would prompt the next input field. Next, we choose the base currency. To do that, we need to know the currency abbreviation of interest. If you have some doubts about that, you can check the API documentation or simply scroll up to see the format in which we get the response. I'll go for pounds or GBP. Next, we select the currency we want the output in. I'll go for US dollars or USD. Finally, we get the last input field, quantity. I'll arbitrarily set it to 26. Hitting enter once again gives us the desired output. According to the calculator on the 3rd of July 2009, 26 pounds were worth approximately $43. Pretty cool, right? And it was that simple. Let's check if our application can handle invalid dates. Inputting the other parameters. The program displays the proper error message. Okay, that was a very simple and yet instructional use of an API. So next time we will take a look at a more complex API. See you there, and thanks for watching.